What a win against the archest of rivals. What the hell happened? Let's talk about it. That game was just incredible for a lot of ways, right? Pendlebury's 400th. We have to talk about it. It was the most Collingwood, well, one of the most Collingwoodest ways to win a game. Usually it's off the back of our own boot. We're kicking after the siren. We're kicking goals in the last couple of minutes. We're coming back. But this time it was Carlton coming back in that last quarter. Our destiny was in their hands. It was in McGovern's hands, and he kicks it out on the full, and we win by 3 points. Incredible, right? It's insane. We've done this to so many teams, and it's a bit weird to be on the opposite end of it and copying that. I fully thought McGovern was going to kick the goal. I thought this was it. This is cosmic football karma for everything that we've done to Carlton in the last 3 years. This was cosmic football karma, and this is and we're getting our just desserts for what we've done to him. But it wasn't to be. Pendles gets his 400th in a game that will be remembered for years and years and years. And now we go 2-0 against Carlton for the year, which is another incredible feat. So we get 8 points from our arch rivals home and away, even though they are both at the MCG. But it was everything that you want a football game to be, especially because it was a quote-unquote elimination final. Carlton trying for top four. We're trying slimly to get into the 8. Teams are winning around us, so it's virtually really hard right now. But it's just such a good way to cap off seeing Pendles do it for 19 years with an incredible nail-biting win in typical Collingwood fashion. But let's talk about the game itself. The game, for the first 3 quarters, we started to get our Collingwood DNA back. We looked like the 2023 Magpies, and then we kick a goal in that last quarter. Jamie Elliott kicks a goal. Pendles, by the way, that handball to Jamie Elliott, that goal assist, takes him to the most goal assists of any player in the AFL ever, which is insane. Another record that he's setting. But we were 31 points up. And in the back of my mind, I'm going, okay, that's awesome. That's 6 goals they need to kick, but it's Carlton. And in my preview, I said, be ready for a bit of play where they kick 5 or 6 goals in a quarter. And it was in that last quarter. But those first 3 quarters I thought were really good. Yes, Carlton missed a lot of chances, so they did let us off the hook a lot. But I thought we were running and gunning like we usually do. The pressure was up, our tackles were up. It was good to have Bo McCreary back out there, that absolute bull, just running and doing his thing, with Lockie Schultz, with Bobby Hill. Bobby Hill able to play his game a little bit better. Jamie Elliott able to play his game a little bit better because we have Mason Cox, who was the most targeted forward on the day for Collingwood. Because we have Dan McStay pushing up the ground and able to take these marks. His hands are like gel. So we're starting to get back into our rhythm, and that was thanks to what we were able to produce against Richmond. There were, and for it being a good game, for it being a win, there were a lot of things that we can improve on. Obviously, the last quarter, you don't want teams kicking whatever Carlton kick 5 or 6 goals in a row. I think that last quarter we tried to save the game. We were 31 points up, and we tried to save the game, and that's not like Collingwood. And I've noticed it a lot throughout this year that we've done that. I think it's a game plan switch that's on purpose. It happened against Fremantle. We were 25 points up. We tried to save the game, and Fremantle come back and we get that draw, right? Happened this time. It's happened a couple of times. It happened against Gold Coast. We did it a little bit. When we got up, we tried to save the game a little bit too. So I think something really has to change there, because we don't play that game. That's not our game. Saving the game isn't our game. It's running and gunning. When we're 31 points up, we need to put on 2 more goals, or at least another goal. Make it a 7-goal deficit, 8-goal deficit. because good teams will come back, and Carlton is a good team, and they did come back. So I don't like this trying to save the game, and especially doing it so early. So we kicked the goal in the first couple of minutes, and we tried to save the game so early, and then it was all Carlton in that last quarter. Patrick Cripps leading from the front. They were getting clearances out from the centre, just running. They were doing everything they can. Their pressure was right up. It was barely in our forward 50 or our forward half that quarter. So it was all Carlton. And they nearly not well. I guess they nearly stole the win or desert, whatever you want to sort of say it. But I think that bit of our game plan definitely needs tweaking or needs to change, and you can kind of see that. I'm actually was watching the bit of the replay in the game there of the game there. So I think that needs to change. But also there were times in that game where we were really slow coming out of half back, and we did get our run and gun back. But there were periods where, especially during kick-ins or when had the ball in the back line, took a mark in Carlton's forward line, where we were just so stagnant, waiting, no options, and then we kick it long, and then McGovern's taking an intercept mark, Wiedering's taking an intercept mark, Kemp is taking an intercept mark, and I don't like the down. I know we're a territory team, so we're trying to take as much territory. We're trying to go down the line, but if you're going to go down the line to these intercept markers, have someone body them. Don't let them run and jump at it. There was a time where we went inside forward 50. I can't remember who kicked it in there, but Mackay was down there. He intercept marked unopposed, 5 meters out from goal. Like, that stuff shouldn't be happening, especially with a team like Collingwood. It shouldn't be happening. So there are a lot of things that we can tweak, but the basis of it, the root of our game is there, and it's looking good, and we're looking like we're hungry again. And I know all year I've said, you know, we can't tell when teams are, we're not in the inner sanctum. We don't know if they're hungry or not. But for some reason, it just felt like the hunger was there, and I think a little bit of it had to do with Scott Pender's 400, trying to get up for him. But I think the boys have got a bit of their confidence back, and that's what you want to see. To get your confidence back against a side like Carlton, bellissimo. In his 400th game, Pendles was incredible. 27 disposals, 14 contested possessions, 9 clearances, and 6 inside 50s. But in his 400th game, not only did he nearly kick goal of the year, going onto his left, that would have sent the MCD would have collapsed with how much it would have been pumping and jumping. You saw so many times where we would handball it to him, and he would just get out of traffic so easily. And he's like, I think the best way to describe it when Pendles gets the ball and pirouettes and stuff like that is as graceful as a ballerina. Like, I don't watch a lot of ballerina and stuff like that. What would you call that? What's that dance called? It's not called a ballerina dance, right? I don't know. Anyway, that's a classic tangent. Editing Luke here, and I realise that the ballerina dance is called the ballet, and I feel so stupid. I don't watch a lot of that stuff, but the way he pirouettes and the way he moves, and it's just with such flow and with such grace, and we know that he stops time and space, but it's not even about that. It's about the way he's moving and twisting his body and contorting, and he's going through stuff, and the world, the AFL world's spinning around him, and he can stop time and space. But you saw that he was just weaving in and out of traffic when we absolutely needed it, especially in that last quarter. You want those mature heads to do that, and that's your Will Hoskin-Elliott's. That's not a mature head, but that's Nick Dacos. He had another really good game. I really don't know who gets the 3-2-1 in the Brownlow, but I feel like Nick Dacos had another really, really good game. Jordan De Goey had a really good game, does his hamstring, won't play again this season, they're saying. And I was telling friends after the game, like, with De Goey, it's his hamstring now because it was his groin, it was his abdomen. And then when these sort of things, take time to heal, you're putting pressure. I'm not a doctor by any means, but I assume you're putting pressure on other parts of your body, and other parts of your body are overcompensating, and that's when he does his sort of hamstring. So I think it's something like that, the workloads and stuff. So I think put him in for as much surgery as he needs, get him tip-top for 2025, get Mychek tip-top for 2025, come out firing next year. Also, I want to make mention that I think Darcy Cameron. I've been saying it for ages. I still think he's going to be top three in the Copeland. He had a fantastic year, had a fantastic game. Darcy Moore is back to not his best, but he's back to playing really good football. Billy Frampton keeps Curnow goalless for the first time since round one, 2022, 66 games. Almost 3 seasons worth of games, Curnow has kicked 1 goal in a game. Premiership forward Billy Hero, he's the hero. Premiership forward Billy Frampton comes in, does a bang-up job on Curnow, goes home, empties his pockets, and all he has is Mackay kicking 1 goal. In my preview, I said, put Curnow for 3 goals, put Mackay for 3 goals because you know that they're going to kick that, and we're going to focus on the other guys. But they kick 1 goal between them, and that's incredible. You shut those down. You're pretty much shutting Carlton down. Jack Martin, I said when we're doing the teams that put him down for 2 goals because he's got to kick 2 goals, and he sort of kicks 2 goals. But it wasn't those. It was those smaller forwards. Fogarty, always. Hollands is Oliver Hollands is a backman, but still he goes in. Elijah Hollands kicked 2 goals. So it was those smaller forwards that were causing us a little bit of trouble. It wasn't their big bads like it usually is. These guys are usually kicking 4 or 5 against us, and they didn't. So that's a big testament to the back line. I think Isaac Quaynor played a good game. Everyone played their part really well. It's just that last quarter, and I don't think it's anything to do with personnel. I think it was a lot to do with the game plan and just trying to save the game a little bit too early. But in saying all of that, a fantastic game, fantastic win, and I like that it was in Carlton's hands. They could have won the game. They thought they were coming back. They thought they were Collingwood. They in their hands and they miss it. Unfortunate. If that was us, I would have been absolutely bleeding, of course. And it has happened to us before. But yeah, it was. Oh, I can't wait. I've got a dad. Of course, dad was recording the last quarter on his 360 cam. So there's going to be a last 5 minutes or whatever footage coming, or last quarter footage coming out. So that's going to be fun. Swooping around was really good. So there's going to be a bunch of videos. I got an interview with Peter Dacos that I'm going to put up. I did that at Pink Lemonade. So there's a lot of content coming out. So make sure you're subscribed. It's going to be a lot of fun. But until then, let me know all your thoughts down below. Also, I'll let you guys know I've got some amazing hoodies coming really soon. So if you want to support the channel, support me, they'll go up really soon. Getting those in a couple of weeks. But until then, like, comment, subscribe, tell your family, tell your friends, tell your pets. And until next time, double shackers, I'll swoop you later. Banana of the week, huh? Guess who the banana of the week is now?